Hey guys, today we're going to be taking a look at the EDC Core Double Arc Electric Lighter. Special thanks to Tom of EDC Core for providing this item for review. Now, this review is going to be a little bit different than you're probably expecting. First off, I don't smoke. So many of you may be wondering why I'd even bother reviewing a lighter at all, and the answer is pretty simple. I think it's a pretty cool idea. A rechargeable, high-tech lighter looks like something out of a sci-fi film. I've owned a few traditional lighters in the past, and I still have one, but the issue I have with them is they're always drying out. I only use mine once every few weeks, and because of that I have to fill it up every single time. And by the time I'm ready to use it again, it's all dried up and I have to fill it up again. It's not a huge deal, but this rechargeable lighter should solve that issue. So what exactly is an arc lighter, and how do they work? Well, simply put, it's an electric lighter that doesn't need any fuel. It uses pure electricity as the ignition source. The battery is pretty small at only 3.7 volts with a 220 milliamp hour capacity, but it's rated to offer about 300 sparks per charge. If you want more specifics on how this design works, there's a great video that I've linked down in the description. Now, when I first learned this works by charging up large amounts of electricity, I did have some safety concerns, but it seems like EDC Core planned for this. First off, there's a power switch on the bottom, so unlike some other electric lighter designs, you can manually cut the power. Second, when it's on, a bright blue LED shines. This makes it super obvious that it's live, so you don't have to worry about remembering if you turned it off or not. And third, there's a timed cutoff. If the button's held for more than about 15 seconds, it will automatically disengage. Also, while the unit's charging, ignition will be locked out, even if you have the unit powered on. But one thing I would like to see added is a lid safety. This unit will light up if the lid is closed. Now, there's nothing for it to contact when the lid is closed, and the unit's pretty well insulated, and the amperage isn't high enough to cause any serious harm, so it's pretty safe, but it would be a pretty nice addition. Now let's move on to the design of the unit. It's fairly small, about 3.5 to 3/4 of an inch, and has a small amount of weight to it, about 3 ounces. The exterior is coated in a zinc alloy that really adds to the futuristic look. The ignition button is surrounded by 2 fairly bright LEDs that really fill out look in indoor light. The hinged lid is kept open or closed by some small magnets, and they do a great job of holding the lid in place. And the pull of the magnets gives the lighter some great snapping sound. It's quite satisfying. While obviously not waterproof, the lighter is still splash and rain resistant, and it should hold up very well in heat or in cold. For simple lighting jobs, this works pretty flawlessly, but when it comes to heavier jobs, it starts to run into some small issues. For one, due to the lower heat output, if you think you're just going to be able to grab some branches and set them on fire, unfortunately that's not going to happen. While you may be able to burn some leaves or strip twigs, you won't really be able to see any flames. But in a survival situation, it's still usable. All you need to do is pack something a little bit more flammable to get you started. Cotton, for example. Light a little bit of that and you can easily start a small campfire. This can also be used to burn the ends of rope, but I've more often used my traditional lighter to melt the ends of paracord, either to keep the ends from coming out or to secure it in place. And while this electric lighter can do that, the fact that it doesn't have an extended flame means you'll often have some nylon dripping onto the probes. It's not terribly hard to clean, it's just a problem that traditional lighters don't have. Speaking of traditional lighters, one other big change is the shape. It's a bit odd to say the least, and while it does look pretty cool, I wondered why they didn't stick with a more traditional lighter shape. Tom said this choice was to improve the reach of the lighter. While there are some other electric lighters that offer a more traditional design, they tend to have the prongs facing inward. This makes lighting flatter surfaces quite a bit harder. With the extended prong design, you can simply touch the probes to whatever you want to light. This also allows you to have your hand more out of the way when lighting. So while it may have a few minor drawbacks, I still really like it a lot. I actually prefer it to a traditional lighter in a few ways. It's arguably safer than a traditional lighter while still serving a lot of the main uses. And it's a pretty cool device with a sleek look that's fun to use even when you're not lighting fires. If that sounds like something you're interested in, check it out. I'll have a direct Amazon link in the description. So thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.